Hi, everybody. It's Honest John. Republicans, well, at least they claim they don't believe in government. They keep talking about all the things that government can't do or shouldn't do. And when the government fucks up, they're all over it. But what they really hate is government programs that are popular and well run. Even though Social Security has never added a penny to our national debt, they insist that we have to start slashing it right now, this minute. Now, fixing Social Security would be easy, and I'll put a link in the description box to the video that I have that talks about that. But that's not what this video is about. It's about what happens when people who don't believe in government, or at least tell you so, get into power. In 2010, a lot of states went Republican because people didn't feel the economic recovery was happening fast enough. Now, why people thought putting people back in charge whose policies had caused the problem in the first place would make things better is beyond me. But that's what they did. And as soon as they got into office, these Republicans who don't believe in government started using their power to mess with their people. They started stripping away union rights, stripping away voting rights, laying off government workers, and intruding in the private lives of women. And oh yes, they gave huge tax breaks to the rich and even raised fees and taxes that would affect the middle class and the poor. They really haven't done anything to address the real problems in their states. They seem to have forgotten that government is supposed to serve the people. Jan Brewer actually let Arizona citizens die and gave millions of dollars to the Prison Industry Association, which was her biggest financial campaign contributor. Her anti-immigration legislation was written by the Prison Industry Association, and the idea was not to do anything to help with the immigration problem. The idea was to make them huge profits. In other states, we've seen personhood legislation, which would make all kinds of birth control illegal, and anti-abortion legislation, and anti-birth control legislation. The same people who say they are against government intrusion in people's lives now want the government in your doctor's office and in the most personal areas of your private life. None of these things serve the people. None of them address the real problems in the states that they've been enacted in. So I guess it should be no surprise that after tornadoes ripped through southern Ohio, Governor John Kasich turned down federal aid. It wasn't important to him that his constituents were desperately in need of help. Instead of helping them, he chose to make a political point. And that's typical of Republicans. They just don't see helping people as very important. Look at the Republicans in Congress and ask yourself, have they done one thing to help the American people? They campaigned on jobs. Can you point to one thing they've done to create them? Nope. They've spent their time in Congress on anti-abortion, anti-birth control legislation, trying to defund parenthood, protecting tax breaks for the rich. Not one piece of legislation that has anything to do with jobs. There must have been 100 things they could have done to help the economy. 100 things, 150 things, 500 things to help people get back to work. The Republicans have ignored every single one of them. Thanks for listening.